Richlan. I am playing Beth in this production. I've been in Chicago since 1985 in the theater world, and I've worked with Eclipse. This is my 5th time. I've done 2 other Rebecca Gilman shows, The Sweetest Swing of Baseball and Spinning into Butter, so I'm very excited to be working on this one as well. We're talking a lot about making sure she's, multi-dimensional and not a snob, only a snob. It's certainly about class differences. So she's come from a privileged background. She's surrounded by people who worked very hard to get where they are. She doesn't understand why they don't pick themselves up by their bootstraps and join the program. So there's certainly things, there are aspects of Beth I can get behind about helping yourself, and that's probably about it now.
Is that pretty similar to how you are, or is it?
I work in human resources, so I am about, fixing problems and identifying what the issues are and getting counseling, and, so people sort of sitting in their problems doesn't really work well in my profession. So I think I can understand that aspect a little bit, but there's also a lot of dysfunction in all their backgrounds. We talked a little bit about there's not a character in the play that doesn't have a dysfunctional upbringing as a child, so that impacts them in every decision they make for the rest of their lives. So there's some big problems going on. I really think the biggest thing is really looking at the differences in class and the decisions you make, and maybe being stuck and not knowing how to get out of it. I really do think that's sort of the primary theme. There's certainly truths throughout the play about relationships, staying in relationships that are convenient, finding relationships that may not be good for you appealing, kind of universal things like that. But I do think the big analysis is about class differences, yeah. Rebecca is super smart and super funny just as a person, and she's so brazen and fighting in her writing, and that's not who she is as a person. She's very kind and kind of warm and shy as a person, so I take great enjoyment in reading her scripts because I think it's hilarious that she's come up with some of these things. But it's really fun to play the women in her plays because they are just really smart, interesting characters. She writes really great women, so that's a huge appeal, and she's really funny, so that's always fun too.